Hello student, welcome back for the course of MBA semester 1 Management Information System. Today is our lecture number 19, 20 and 21, and the topic of our today's discussion is quality in MIS. So the primary objective of our today's session is help to understand the concept of quality in MIS as well as how to assess the quality of any sort of information system and how to avoid the information overload. So the contents of our today's session are quality in MIS, essential features of information quality, good quality information, attributes of quality of information, quality assurance tools for measuring the quality in MIS, improving quality in MIS, and last would be information overload. And at last that we will see how to avoid that information overload. So we are going to start with the first one, that is called as quality in MIS. As we all know that you all are the management graduates and you are pursuing this MBA program and you are dealing with plenty of information. This information will be act as the lifeblood of every organization, and every organization they are looking various types of information to solve their day-to-day problems, and they tries to come closer and closer to the customer by disseminating a very appropriate and relevant information to the targeted group of customers or user. And therefore they are continuously providing different sort of information from time to time by means of taking the decisions. Therefore information will be considered as a very important resource as compared to other types of resources, say for example land, labor, capital, technological know-hows and so on. So today information will be a very essential form of resource that every business manager, every organization that they deals with, the managerial people, those who are working in the organization, they should have to deal with the plenty of information across various situations so as to solve the different sort of business problems. And that's why organizations are continuously using and disseminating that information from time to time, and they will transmitting this information to the user. When we are talking about quality of information, that is nothing but a particular form of attribute the information will possess. Means your information must have some sufficient form of information that should be believable, reliable. On the basis of that, somebody will take the decision. So when we are talking about the quality of information, it is the result of certain kind of things. Whatever quality data that we were provided to the information processing system, and what kind of processing design has that we were fabricated in the design phase. Simultaneously we need to think about the system design, system procedure, which will very effectively generate such a kind of data which can be processed by means of using the very effective form of processing functions, and finally on the basis of that we will prepare a particular type of MIS reports, and finally we will take the decision. So it is producing a quality information is a result of various things, along with data, along with different kind of data processing tools, system design, and whatever procedure that we were adopted. Okay, so right from bottom to top in organization we do require plenty of information, and it is quite necessary to produce that information, okay, by means of using some highly efficient data collection tools. That is quite necessary. So when we are talking about quality, quality is nothing but a very distinctive attribute or characteristics possessed by any object to measure any particular phenomena. Okay, you are buying some particular goods, okay, or commodities or products from the market, and you are observing the quality of that particular product, the whether the product quality would be either good or bad. So depending on your prior mindset, okay, or your own intuition, okay, here you are going to assess the quality of that particular product. If you know about the other parameters, you will apply the same and thinks about whether you need to buy that particular product or not. So what exactly is supposed to be there in your mind? Okay, you will have some appropriate type of certain kind of attribute, okay, or other characteristics, say for example that product size, shape, color, okay, its durability, reliability, and so many other parameters that would comes in your mind when we are talking about the quality of that particular product. So you are expecting to buy that particular product once when the product is possessing the good quality of attributes, and you will consider that the product is of good quality. This is called as nothing but, okay, the degree of excellence in that particular product. How does the product should be suitable to match your requirement, to match your needs and requirements of the user. Okay, so this will be called as the degree of excellence of something, whatever that things either you need to buy, okay, for your own day to day needs, okay, and you want to measure it something, okay, by means of applying some parameters, that would be called as quality. Here we are talking about the quality of information. Okay, whatever type of information that the manager has, does that information should be believable, does that information may be reliable, okay, does that information would be helpful in decision making activity of the organization. That would be called as what? Quality in information, quality of information. And that quality of information would be essential in, okay, quality in MIS, so that we can have a very efficient form of, okay, that MIS, so that we will get some reliable MIS reports. On the basis of that we can take some decision. When we are talking about the quality of information, one of the basic question arises that what do you mean by good quality of information? Information can be of two types over here: good quality information and low quality information or bad quality information. All types of information means they are information. Maybe it will be either in use, or they will be in use after some period of time. Information which is not worthy, information which is not valuable, that should not be possess the good quality of information. So what does that good quality information means? When we are talking about that good quality information, quality is nothing but some sort of attribute or characteristics that it possesses. Here we are talking about that information. So what sort of value, what sort of characteristics, what sort of attributes that information should have to possess, so that any user, okay, they are using that information, okay, they should believe in that particular information, whether it should be intrinsic, contextual, representation, or accessible. So according to one of the principal research author, that is called as Wang and Strong, okay, they has measured these four dimensions of quality to assess the quality of information. So any kind of information can be assessed on the basis of these four parameters. The first one is called as intrinsic. So that intrinsic can be identified, okay, whether the information would be accurate, okay, whether it should be have the quality of objectivity. It is so much clear, simple and justifiable form of information which should be believable and can have a reputation. Then and then only we should say that it should be an intrinsic type of information. It should be also contextual, okay, so that will specify on the either on the basis of whether the information should be relevant, value added, timeliness. The information must be timeliness, it should be available on time, it should be complete, and whatever amount of information that the manager require, that much sufficiency could be there in that information. Then and then we can say that the information can be contextual also, okay, means information must be complete. Representational, okay, information can be interpreted, okay, it must have a characteristics of interpretability, okay. There are some specific format which should be followed while dealing with the information in MIS, okay. Coherence means the information must be related with each other, okay, relationship can be established, as well as compatibility, okay. Some sufficient form of information can be must be there, okay, so that we can take some important decision. It should be have features of accessibility, okay, or access security also. Then and then only we can say that once these parameters has been satisfied by any sort of information, then we will say that it is a good quality information. Good quality information can be communicated, can be disseminated in the right context at right time, and which will tells you about each and everything which are related to the problem under study. That will be called as a good quality information. Low quality information or bad quality information that cannot be utilized for decision making activity, and that may affect the overall organizational as well as individual managerial performance. Whereas high quality information can be believable, okay, it should be accurate, okay, it should be relevant, okay, and produce the whatever form of decision making that required by the managers, okay, they can make the use of that good quality information. There are some definitions which are being related with the quality. So according to American Society of Quality, okay, how does they are measuring the quality with respect to information? Here quality can be measured either on the basis of some another characteristics with respect to some particular object. Here the object has been considered a product or service, a product or service. So it is the totality of features and characteristics of products and services that bear on its ability to satisfy the given needs. Now we are already familiar with that whatever form of goods or products which are being sold into the market, it must possess the certain type of characteristics with respect to the quality. It must satisfy the user needs, wants and other requirements first of all. It must specify whatever form of specification which are being related with the product, okay, that must also satisfies it, okay. So when we are talking about, okay, in terms of that American society of quality, quality can be defined, okay, in many ways. It is based on customers' perception of product or service design, how well the design matches the original specifications. So whenever any kind of customers that they are going to buy any particular need, any particular product or goods, so they are having their own perception regarding that particular product or services, whether the product should match the criteria of the requirement of the user. Once the requirement of the users has been satisfied by means of using whatever form of customer perception which are being believable by that particular user, okay, then we can say that, okay, that product is of good quality, otherwise not. Or it is an ability of product or services to satisfy the stated or implied needs, okay, whichever needs which are being stated by the user, okay, or which are being associated by the user, okay, that can be satisfied that particular product or not, okay, or services, then we can say that that product or services is of desired quality. It should be achieved by confirming to establish the requirement within an organization. Now, whatever the requirement or there are some performance standards, okay, according to that organization, it must be proved on that particular criteria, so that we can say that, okay, that particular product or service is of good quality. So according to one of the another author that is called as Woodhouse, he would say that quality assurance refers to policies, attitude, actions, procedure necessary to ensure the quality is maintained and enhanced. So when we are talking about any sort of quality of information or quality of any kind of product, okay, so that quality means nothing but some predetermined attributes, okay, or some distinctive features that individual product must possess or quality of information must possess. That will be called as what? Quality or in MIS. Another topic which are related with quality of MIS means how to believe that information will possess the particular form of quality. So these are called as the essential features of information quality. If the information will possess these characteristics or attribute, okay, then we can say that the information would be of good quality, otherwise not. We are saying that information must be reliable, okay, reliability characteristic it should satisfy. When we are talking about reliability, it should be verifiable, it can be verified, okay, and it should be dependable also, okay. Information must be timely available to the user, okay. Particularly current information must be available while making the decisions, okay. If somebody has conducted the project, so current information with respect to customer, competitors, industry must be available in that project, okay. Information must be relevant also, okay, so that we can have a very valid information, okay, so that we can reduce the uncertainties. While making decisions, we need to avoid these uncertainties, and we need to carry out the information which should be more and more current, and that should be also accurate. Accurate information can be believable because they are free from errors and mistakes, okay, that could not carry some any kind of deceptive or other kind of meaning once we collect the accurate data. Information must be sufficient, okay. So adequate form of information could be collected, Okay, on the basis of that we can take some appropriate decisions. It should be unambiguous. There should not be any kind of ambiguities in the quality of information. Okay, it should be expressed in very clear terms. Okay, and must be comprehensive, means all detailed type of information can be explained. That's why we are saying that it should be unambiguous. It is free from all the errors or ambiguities. It should complete. Okay, all current as well as future needs to be specified while by means of using the informations. It should be unbiased. Unbiased in the sense, okay, it should be an impartial. It should be free from any kind of biases. Okay, otherwise what will happen, there should be a decision making, but that decision making activity should be one sided in that case. Okay, we need to avoid such kind of decision making activity. It must be explicit. Okay, information should be clearly explanatory. Okay, or it should contain the further explanation. Okay, what sort of information it is. It should be comparable, so that uniform collection, analysis, content and format which has been used in collection of information need to be specified, so that we can say that it should be comparable. Information can be reproducible. Okay, when we supply the same amount of data in case of any sort of information system, so whatever methods has been documented to convert the data into meaningful information, it will produce the same and reliable consistent result it must produce. If the information satisfies these type of parameters, okay, or features, then we will say that the information will be of good quality, otherwise not. Now when we are talking about good quality information, okay, good quality information must possess some particular criteria, and that criteria will be lies, okay, among these five attributes. Information must be appropriate, accurate, reliable, timeliness and completeness. Once we apply these criteria with respect to this quality of information, then and then only that information should be reliable and believable, so that depending on that information one can take the decision. There should be no such a difference in between good quality information or high quality information or low quality information or bad quality information. Information can be, whether the information can be believable, whether the information can be helpful in your decision making activity, only on the basis of that we can judge the quality of information. So we will call it as the fitness of that information so as to produce the decision. Okay, whether that information will be effective, okay, so that it will satisfy that fitness criteria so as to take the decision in the organization. Okay, then and then only we can say that, okay, the information is of good quality. Now there are different attributes, okay, that we will discuss recently with the help of the different features. So there are some another criteria with respect to that quality of information. So these information attributes are timeliness. The first characteristic would be timeliness, okay, appropriateness, reliability, accuracy, completeness, relevance, adequacy, explicitness, exceptional base. All these different other parameters that will be also essential. Once we should have to say that whatever information that you were collected, okay, it is are of good quality. Okay, now you all are reading books, journals, periodicals, magazines, okay, which are generally a verified content. Okay, you are reading some newspaper even also. Okay, you are watching even some television also, where you will identify Okay, sometimes there is a false information which can be represented. Okay, sometimes in some it should not be in a very appropriate sense. Okay, that information would not possess the characteristics of this good quality information. So when we are talking about whatever form of information, okay, has been supposed to be there, okay, that should influence the decision making activity. Okay, so these are the essential criteria, these are the essential attributes also that should be keep in mind. Let us see one by one. Timeliness. If suppose the information could not be available on time, what does it result it into? Okay, we could not make a decision on time. So we need to be very careful that information must be available to the user or any recipients on a particular time frame so that one can take the decision, as well as some current information should also be made available to the executives within the time frame. Otherwise that decision which cannot be taken on time, okay, will not be effective decision, will not be an efficient activity of that particular executive. Information must be appropriate. Okay, so whatever the user expectation, whatever the receiver's expectation, okay, that need to be satisfies that particular information which can be transmitted from one person to the executive, suppose. Okay, so more the suitability of information, okay, better will be the quality. Whatever form of information that I desired, suppose say I have been assigned some sort of assignment to you, and what I was expecting from you, okay, I am getting something different from you. Okay, that information does not satisfy the criteria with respect to appropriateness. Okay, so that information would not be appropriate and it is are not of good quality. Remember, the third criteria would be called as what? Reliability. Information must be believable, must be reliable. When we are saying that information must be reliable or believable, what does it mean? We need to provide each and every means from which we were collected that information. So from what sources you were collected that information, you need to specify it. So either on the basis of your past experience, okay, you need to specify the source credibility, whether you were collected that information from any website, what sort of methodology methods that you were adopted in processing that information. We need to clearly specify it. Depending on that, we are saying that the information can be believable. So each and every aspects are very important while expressing the quality of information. Information must be accurate. Getting a very 100% accurate information will not be possible nowadays. Okay, but there are some very advanced form of system. Okay, say for example decision support systems or any other higher end systems, they tries to produce more and more accurate form of results. So information must possess the characteristics so that, okay, whatever information that we will get, it must be a clear information as well as accurate information. So whatever form of information that we are producing either on the basis of data, okay, we need to specify the data first. Okay, what form of data that we were used in the data collection process so that we can produce that information appropriately. Information must conveys the accurate picture of the recipients. Higher the accuracy of information, again better will be the quality of information. But getting a very accurate information, it is not a very easier task, for which you need to implement a data collection process very accurately. So data collection can be conducted at shop floor level, okay, wherever we are using OAS and TPS, okay, the different executives, okay, those are working at shop floor level, those are interacting with the users and customer. They will enter the accurate data, then and then only the data accuracy would come. After that, after processing the data, okay, there will be the accuracy in information, okay, that can be reflected. The fifth characteristic would be called as what? Completeness. When we will say that information will be a complete information, okay, half information could not be make could not be utilized for making the decisions. So whatever information that we are producing for further decision making purposes, it must be complete, okay. Incomplete information could not be helpful for decision making activity, and sometimes those who are making the use of that incomplete decision, that will result it into some wrong decisions. So whatever information that we are looking for, that must be complete and meet all the requirements of the recipients as well as the executive, those who are being looking for that information. Then and then only we will say that information will be sufficient and, okay, complete. Information must be relevance or relevant, okay. When we are say that information must be relevant, okay, it should answer all possible questions, okay, from what sources, how, when, where, okay, for what purpose, okay, that information has been collected. So it will answer all possible questions with respect to that information. Then and then only we will say that information must be relevant for our decision making activity, otherwise it could not be helpful in our any decision making activity. In MIS, we are producing the MIS reports wherever managers are making the use of that MIS reports. That MIS reports will be prepared on the basis of whatever form of information which has been gathered from OAS and TPS. They will further process it and they will convert it into the relevant information, and finally so as to arrive the decision. So that the information should be what? Relevant. So all relevant information must be complete even also, okay, or sometimes it would be even carry some more form of information. In that case, there will be a possibility that information overload would come. The seventh characteristics or attribute is called as adequacy, okay, whether the information is adequate, whether the information is sufficient, okay. So we must have information in sufficient quantity. Say for example, you are going to collect the data from the respondents. So how much data that you are collecting from 100 respondent, 200 respondent, okay, whenever we are carrying out some any particular project, okay, or any research project. So you need to specify that how much information has been sufficient enough to produce the decision. Sufficient information will be helpful in supporting your decision making activity. If you do not carry the sufficient information, then one cannot express it very appropriately, and that will not be helpful in any kind of decision making activity. The eighth characteristics of good quality of information is explicitness. Whatever form of information that one can collect, it is not necessary to carry out any further analysis. In that case only we will say that the information could be what? Explicit, okay. So that explicitness feature in the information would make that information more and more reliable, believable and complete along with accuracy. So whatever form of reports which can be generated by any business managers, okay, that does not require to carry out any further analysis or research, okay, so that they can take the decision on the basis of that, okay. So there is no such sufficient information has been required further, okay. Whatever information has been produced by that manager, okay, they were already conduct lots of research, and depending on that their efforts, they will finally produce the MIS reports. So this will be helpful in saving the a processing time of the manager so as to take some further decisions. So that would be called as an explicitness. Information reports must be of good quality, which does not require any further analysis by any person of the organization. Once we'll satisfy these criteria, then we can say that the information must be explicit. Exceptional base, okay, information whatever has been available to us, okay, whether that information has been made for any particular use or any particular interest. Say for example, any manager, those who are being expecting their day to day reporting from the subordinates, and that subordinates are supplying that relevant information to the manager in some predetermined format, then and then we will say that the information would be what? Exceptional base. Information which can be used for the manager, okay, that could not be used for any other executives in the organization. So information which will be of particular interest to the manager must be reported to the manager only, okay. So whoever the person, those who are dealing with that particular information, those person can handle that information, okay, very appropriately, because it has having the properties of that exceptional base. That information only meant for that particular manager only, because that manager has been capable of understanding that information, and depending on that he will take some further decision. So this will saves the time of the top management executives, okay, and they can devote more and more time on the overall organizational growth and development, okay, and they can concentrate on other activities of the organization development and growth. So all these 9 attributes are very essential in meeting the requirement of good quality information, and that must be satisfied by the relevant users. When we are talking about the another topic, that is called as quality assurance tools for measuring the quality in MIS. Now how to measure the quality in MIS? Nowadays we are living in the information age, wherever plenty of information has been available at your doorstep, at your plant top, laptop, and with the help of whatever form of computing devices are being available nowadays. So plenty of information are available, and sometimes there will be a huge information has been available to us. How to assess the quality of good information? Okay, nowadays we are making the use of some particular standardized tools and techniques, okay, even some more modern data collection and analytical tools that we are making. One of the very other important tool, that is called as standardized quality management system or quality management practices, that we are implementing in the organizations. Now all these quality management systems are being helpful to understand the business processes, okay, and depending on that business processes we do start the collection of data, okay, by means of focusing consistently in meeting the requirements, customer requirements and satisfaction. Here we need to satisfy the individual user. So whatever the customers that they will desire, say for example many of the e-commerce website, they are producing a very relevant information by means of using a very interactive catalog on their e-commerce websites. So by means of which, okay, we are implementing these quality management systems and practices in the organization, we are continuously focusing on improving the quality in information. Side by side we are also making the use of these different quality assurance tools. When we are talking about this quality assurance tool, by means of which we are measuring the quality in MIS, we are measuring the quality of information, okay, whereas whatever the kind of field it is, either it is manufacturing, okay, either it is service industry or anything else. we try to produce the relevant information, okay, by means of using these different quality assurance tools. Okay, by means of that we can make the assessment uh, and identify whether the information will possess the sufficient quality attributes or not. So there are called as some quality circles. That quality circle has been made up of team members who can identify, analyze and solve the work related problems. Okay, these quality circles are mainly available in the manufacturing firms or plants. Even we are conducting the quality audits. Okay, that quality audit is a periodic audit which can be conducted so as to make a systematic investigation or examination of quality systems. So if any organization has implemented any quality systems in their organization, okay, so we are conducting its quality audit. Some quality maps are there, okay, and these quality maps are also called as filter maps. Okay, that filter maps are used to analyze the processes, the business processes and functions. Okay, so this can be utilized in both manufacturing as well as in services also. There are some other tools that is called as quality control charts. Okay, these are called as statistical tools, okay, which can be conducted by means of using graphical method. So these are the graphical method to analyze the production process, whether the production process is under good quality control or not. Okay, so which can be identified with the help of these quality control charts. Other kind of chart which is called as process flow diagram. Okay, that process flow diagram would be just like a data flow diagrams. So this will be helpful to identify the general flow of the plant processes and equipments, machine and workflow on that particular machines in the plant. Okay, which can be widely utilized in the manufacturing systems, even in services, so that we can improve our the delivery of these services also. Okay, that can be made available with the help of this process flow diagram. Nowadays we are also making lots of automations as well as computerization in certain industries, wherever we are using very high performance automated tools. Okay, other standard quality assurance procedures, okay, testing the laboratories we were implemented, other form of necessary infrastructure for training and development, constant support and guidance by the company management and other management expertise are being available. Okay, so we should have to make the use of each and every person in the organization, where we can produce good quality information across several departments, so that we can lead our organizations ahead. Okay, and try to solve the problems which are related with the uncertainties. Now, how to improve the quality in MIS? Again, similar form of characteristics that we were seen earlier in different parameters. Okay, so these are the other essential factors that we are considering how to improve the quality in MIS. Okay, so data or information must be available on time. Okay, quick information must be made available at uh, uh, to the manager. Okay, and there would not be a delay, okay, in making the decisions. Okay, and that's why we should have to make the use of that information system, so that they can take the decision as fast as possible. Once this MIS system will work with the help of good quality system, then the information could be made available to the executives on time. Information must also possess the characteristics of accuracy. Okay, so accurate data will be helpful to the management executives as well as other team members, so as to arrive the correct possible decision. We need to provide the necessary format in which the MIS report need to be produced. So whatever form of user has been supposed to be there, so it should be very clear justification need to be provided in what form of report, okay, the information need to be provided to the user. The other kind of tools that are being helpful in improving the quality of MIS are performance assessment. Okay, on time to time that information could be made available to the user, and assessment of that information can be made by means of using performance management tools. So here we are using some particular form of benchmark for measuring the quality. Say for example, we are calculating some ratios, okay, particularly in case of finance, okay, or a previous year assessment number or budget number or so many, or there are some comparative figures that we can make, and finally on the basis of graphs, chart, diagrams, pictures, we are making a very effective comparison so that we can highlight that data very effectively by means of using graphical representation. Okay, even data flow diagrams can be useful in many of the cases. We should have to make the use of that information by means of using effective presentation also. So whatever form of information could be available, that is need to be formatted as well as presented in the desired format only, okay, so that we can disseminate the knowledge among the people as well as the managerial staff. Okay, so quality of MIS report depends on the way the data is represented. Okay, so in what way that we should have to represent that data in the form of information, okay, that could be depend on the individual user. Either we can make graph, chart, diagrams, tables, and effective form of comparison can be presented. Information must be very short and crisp so that we could not pay very much long time in the decision making activity. Okay, if there is a huge textual information can be there, okay, it will be sometimes boring to read. Okay, whatever information has been there, it is need to be highlight the issues very appropriately, okay, and mention in the MIS reports. So all the relevant information can be contained in the MIS report, and that can be highlighted very appropriately. Suppose, say for example, whether it is an increase, decrease, or stagnate, or irregularity in the suppose say sales, that can be mentioned in the MIS reports. So in this way we tries to improve the quality in MIS. So another topic, and it is a very interesting topic which are being related with the today's phenomena, where we are talking about sometimes there will be an excessive quantity of information would be made available to the user. Nowadays you are attending the lectures and from the faculty members, and you are getting the huge information about the various subjects. Now once you are getting the huge information, okay, about that particular subject, okay, in that case there will be a possibility that, okay, that huge information or excessive information cannot be handled by that particular user. Now it is depend on the capability of any individual person, that how much information that the person can handle it. Okay, so generally it is called as a condition where there is more information that one can handle. Okay, whenever there is a plenty of information or huge amount of information, okay, has been available to the user, in that case the information overload would come. So whenever there is a plenty of information can be made available to the user, and he is not in a position to decode that information due to excessive amount of information, so there will be some sort of mental stress has been there. Okay, such a kind of mental situation wherever they are facing themselves as an incapable due to excessive quantity of required information, okay, there would be a concept that is called as due to which the information overload can come. Okay, so it is the difficulty in understanding the issue effectively making the decision when one has too much of information. Now it is the capability of the particular person that how much information that one can handle. Okay, if there is a too much of information has been made available to the user, and we are saying that to take the decision on the basis of that information, in that case the information overload can come. Now you are living in the information world, okay, you are living in the information age, wherever plenty of information has been made available to you, plenty of resources are available, okay, due to mobile computing and other resources has been there, different types of apps and other programs are available. So due to which what happen, there will be some sort of situation would come among the user, okay, and they could not handle that information very appropriately. So that's why it is quite necessary right now, particularly in today's situation, to live with the information. We need to expose ourselves to live with the information, then and then only, okay, we can make a practice to handle that information on day to day basis. Otherwise what will be there, okay, there will be a mental stress, okay, that would come, and definitely, okay, the situation would be called as what, information overload, okay. So this is one of the major difficulty that many managers are facing due to excessive amount of information that is available to them, and due to which they are affecting the quality of decision making activity. Either even if the managers are being capable, but due to huge amount of information, okay, one cannot make the use of that huge amount of information for making decisions, okay. Here also, okay, many of the companies are working, okay, on the basis of some appropriate tools and techniques. Say for example, artificial intelligence, Google Analytics, okay, as well as data sciences. Here we try to develop the pattern of the data, okay, with respect to huge amount of data which has been made available, okay, by means of using big data analytics. So here also many of the companies come forward how to handle that information overload, okay. But that is not the matter of discussion over here, with respect to that data analytics and all, okay. Here whatever that information overload would be there, okay, how to handle that information overload, and what does it occurs whenever the information overload has been there. We came to know that there is a huge amount of excessive information has been there, and that may affect the decision making activity of the user, due to which what happened, there are two important issues would be there, okay, due to that information overload. One is called as a psychological issue, and another one is called as a physiological issues, okay. In case of psychological issues, if the person could not handle that huge amount of information, okay, they can have a feeling of anxiety, okay. They will compare themselves among the executives, among the students, okay, among the decision maker themselves, and they could not cope up with the information very effectively, and that's why there is a sort of anxiety among them, or some sort of fear, okay. They feel themselves overwhelmed, okay, than others. They feel also powerless, and some sort of mental fatigue would come, okay, and that may cause the decision making activity of the individual person. And that's why it is quite necessary to improve the analytical skills, okay, among the persons also, among the students even also, okay. This will be very helpful by means of using analytics. Some other physiological issues can cause, okay, that is called as mental stress would be there. Particularly whenever plenty of information has been available, okay, that will causes to the mental fatigue would be there, okay, and that may cause to that mental stress, okay. One cannot live with the conditions in a very longer period of time, and in that case many of the executives leave their jobs, okay. So we are identifying that the issue that is called as intellectual withdrawal, okay. And that intellectual withdrawal has been one of the very serious issue that many of the organizations are facing, okay. It is quite necessary to retain the such a kind of intellectual persons in the organization, okay, but it is also quite necessary to handle plenty of amount of information, wherever analytics tools and techniques will be largely helpful in this case. Then how to avoid that information overload? Wherever that we will go, either in any organization, smaller organization, medium scale organization, or any large scale organization, either it is e-commerce industry or any manufacturing industry, any FMCG industry, everywhere we are dealing with information. Okay, and sometimes that huge amount of information would not be easier to understand. Okay, we will call them as a very big data. Such kind of big data cannot be very easier to understand. Say for example, it is a huge customer data. Okay, India is having a huge diversity and different sort of cultures, languages over here, and there are different types of customers are there, those are approaching to the e-commerce websites. If this e-commerce website tries to understand the needs and wants of these customers, okay, those are residing in India and other counterparts of the world, it is quite necessary to analyze such a huge amount of information. So we should have to make it clear that how to handle this information overload. Whenever this excessive amount of information has been there, okay, how to handle that excessive amount of information, okay, which can be handled by means of using a very careful analysis of data. Okay, so here we need to investigate that, okay, time to time, again and again, and carry out the careful analysis and investigation, okay, and tries to produce the truth from the data. So what the data will speak, okay, what the information that we can decode from that data, it is primarily depend on the system designer or particularly system analyst. Okay, those who are working as a information professionals, information system professionals, they will decode the program, they will formulate the program and decode the type of information that is required from the huge amount of data, for which we need to formulate the effective form of program using the data analytics. Okay, and we need to also keep in mind some information, how to handle that information overload. We should have to keep the things in simple. It should be relevant, clear. Whatever sort of information that we will collect, okay, that will be helpful in providing the supporting information. It should also provide some balance information, okay, that should be sometimes also helpful to generate the knowledge base. Knowledge creation is a very integral activity of the organization, and that should be utilized in near future. We have to make it clear that what is to be done with the collected information. Okay, does it mean that information will be just we should have to keep in, okay, for future reference only. Okay, we need to make the use of that all past, present and future related information, okay, from time to time, to investigate the issues and carry out our decision making activities further. Also we should have to make it easy, okay, to the user so as to take some actions. So actions or decision making, that should be an integral part of the activities of all organization, wherever we have to be very keen and careful to analyze the data and converting that data into meaningful information. Okay, whatever would be the large amount of data or big data has been supposed to be there. Okay, there will be plenty of excessive information would be there, but even that can be even handled with the help of some data analytical tools and techniques. So these sort of various tools and techniques are available wherever, by means of which we can measure the quality of information and produce the reliable results, as well as that will be helpful in our decision making activities of the organization. So that's all for our today's session. Thank you very much.